Afternoon. The Hunts Post. I love this paper. They're looking for a new town ranger in Huntingdon. We are looking for an exceptional candidate to be a visible, welcoming presence in Huntingdon Town Centre for our visitors and a vital link with businesses. 25 hours a week at £8.50 an hour. Now, this is because this is what the businesses pay, this BID thing, Business Initiative Development or something. Now, businesses actually pay, on top of their business rates, they actually now pay for these town rangers. That's because there's no police patrolling the streets. That's because all the police are either hiding in their stations or coming around my house trying to arrest me unlawfully. So they pay extra. Businesses pay extra for this. To have what we once had when police once patrolled the streets, which you pay for in your taxes in a minute. Not the point of the video. I'll just leave that one with you guys. Think about that for a minute. You may have something similar in your sort of hometown or town centre or whatever. This is where this shit is going. New area champions are confirmed by County Council. Job descriptions for Cambridgeshire County Council's newly appointed £5,000 a year community champions, including Councillor David Wells for Huntingdonshire, have been revealed. £5,000 a year. Right. Championing, fuck, I can't even say it, success and looking at areas that can be improved will form part of their role within the Council's newly formed Communities and Partnership Committee. They will be tasked with £5,000 a year. They will be tasked with looking out for and working with communities wanting to reduce reliance on statutory services. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Let me just repeat that. Reduce reliance on statutory services. Like what? Emptying your bins? Having the park mowed? The fuck are statutory services? And helping to tackle issues such as homelessness to reduce costs of temporary housing. We already have here, I don't know about you, anyone else in the UK or America or France or wherever, if you're watching this, but in Huntingdonshire, Cambridgeshire, we have district councils, parish councils, town councils, county councils. We have the MP. Obviously, well, I don't know if we've still got an MEP. But we have like 5 or 6 layers of government already. And these are councillors, not council employees. These people are elected, councillors. Issues such as homelessness to reduce the cost of tip. What are the councils doing? What's the parish council doing? What's the town council doing? What's the district council doing? What's the county council doing? It gets better. Building up relations with the voluntary sector will be important as well as exploring volunteering opportunities to reduce reliance on paid services. So now, this might not be the thing, but now they want us to empty the bins and mow the park. You see how that works? I'll repeat that. As well as exploring volunteering opportunities to reduce reliance on paid services. That's the services you pay your tax for. They want people to volunteer to carry out those services. Joanne Lancaster, head of Huntingdonshire District Council, earns £117,000 a year. Just thought I'd throw that one in there. Their roles reflect growing economic demands on the council's purse strings, but it goes much further. Yeah, 117 grand for the head of HDC. That's an economic demand, isn't it? By the way, I've heard she's taking like 2 or 3 days off sick now. Apparently she's stressed or something. Joanne Lancaster, this is. I assume she's still getting a full salary. A briefing note considered by the county. I haven't read this through. What did you expect? A briefing note considered by the County Council on August 24th cited tackling worklessness to improve health and well-being, including mental health. So if you haven't got a job, you can't get a job, you're unemployed, obviously you're nuts. That's what this paper is saying. The champions... Oh, there's going to be more than one then. Oh, fucking hell, loads of £5 grand payouts. Oh, do you know what it is? They're missing the £5 grand a year they used to stick in their back pocket from the trading licence money. So they've just invented another fucking thing for it. The champions will also be asked to try and reduce the impact of antisocial behaviours on vulnerable people and communities. What? What? Sorry, I have no idea what that fucking means. I don't think this article's going to cover it either. Area champions will also be... Oh, so they're going to have loads of little champions and then area champions. Okay, that's all right then. Jolly good chaps. Area champions will also be expected to undertake targeted youth support in order to tackle antisocial behaviour and will be looking to promote innovation. Well, is that not just reduce the impact of antisocial behaviour on vulnerable people and communities? I feel they may be doubling up on the same issue here. The wide-ranging document for area champions says tasks could vary from district to district depending on local needs, but first they need to gain a deep understanding of key issues which impact on demand for county council services. Key issues which... Again, they're not really going into detail. I don't know what key issues impact on demand. What a load of shit this is. This is serious. I'm actually reading this out of the paper. Oh. Area champions will be expected to demonstrate leadership in their districts so people's voices are heard. Self-sustaining communities are encouraged. Well, what was the point in inventing all these fucking new town halls with all the fucking elected councillors and all the fucking cost it came with, if thus far, since the build-up started in about 1982, they haven't quite managed to demonstrate leadership? And they haven't quite managed to hear people's voices. This is on page 11. You see they're slipping this in here. They're planting seeds in your mind. Because when it happens, when it goes full fucking, Armageddon, people will just be like, oh, well, that sounds perfectly fucking fair to me. Because they'll build this up. This is the biggest load of shit I've ever seen printed in my fucking life. Hang on, our councillors haven't done their job. They've cost us like $3 billion in taxpayers' cash, but we actually have to invent a purpose for them now. Once, what? Oh my God. One section of the job description suggests area champions should be. They keep saying area champions. Have you noticed that? Area champions should become an ambassador for community-based provision. What was the point? Right, we've invented all these councillors, which at the time, when the new town halls kicked off and all started up, and it was all based on more democracy, more freedom of speech. So then they got it. Huntingdon itself has something like 53 fucking district councillors or councillors, and they all get paid. Your basic wage is basically £5,000 a year. So now they're going to get another £5,000 a year on top of that to actually do the job that they were elected to do in the first place. Fuck's sake. Community-based provision. What? An ambassador for community-based provision? What the fuck? Seriously, is community-based fucking provision? That makes no fucking sense whatsoever. The council expects area champions, said it again, so at least 6 times in the fucking article, to operate independently but with access to officers and sufficient resources to research and develop plans and priorities. So they're supposed to operate independently, but actually they're supposed to cuddle up with all the council employees and use all their resources. I really want to blame this on Tony Blair. They will also be told to meet monthly to provide updates, share and develop thinking. Yes, so monthly meetings. I consistently had monthly meetings when I was a councillor. That's kind of part of the job. Oh, I forgot, they've got to pay them another £5,000 on top of their allowance already to do this, haven't they? The decision to appoint the area community champions was one of the elements of County Council leader Councillor Steve Counts. Wow, try saying that when you're sober. The decision to appoint the area community champions was one of the elements of County Council leader Councillor Steve Counts' new package for payments for county councillors, which was approved last month. County councillors, by the way, parish and town councillors don't get paid. County councillors, by the way, get minimum £5,000 to be a basic sort of elected district councillor. Any panels and bodies and stuff they sit on after that, they get extra. And you've just fucking heard it here. Now. New package of payments for county councillors. And some of these county councillors get 21, 25 grand a year for going to meetings. Now, they've just realised, since 1982, in which time they've cost the taxpayer a fucking fortune, they haven't actually had a job, so now they've got to invent a new one. Oh no. Don't know what I'm going to call this one yet. I'll see you all later.